Look like we ready to rock and roll. Yeah, kid, on a Friday. Let's get it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la, they go. Ooh la la, she like, ooh la la, we go. Ooh la la, on a Friday. She like, ooh la la, they go. Ooh la la, she like, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time, and you've been rocking with the channel, you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because the gun you see in the in the thumbnail is not real. It's a fake gun, but it's the Deadpool shit. Y'all know I went to see the movies last week or whatever. Fire movie, gave my review, but the gun is not real. I'm not on no social medias waving guns like a crazy man. But we is in the end game because today is Friday, best day, blessed day. And you know, we always go get prayed up. We always go to get spiritual armor in this crazy world that we living in nowadays, where so many things can bombard you, mess with your psyche, mess with your spirituality. And the good word for today was, what are we doing with our time and our health? And I'll elaborate a little bit, just to try to give a word to the right, give you something to think about over the weekend. So time, as we all know, time flies, you know what I mean, like a motherfucker. Before you know it, you 5, then the next minute you 55, you 65, right? But time is granted to no one. No one is guaranteed no time. And when you hear people, that's young, they get killed or something bad happen, you often hear people say, it's untimely, bright future, things of that nature and that type of vein. And when you really think about it, you say that's not true. Because who's to say anybody is going to have a bright future? Today is a gift, tomorrow is unknown. No man knows what tomorrow is going to bring. And for you, it might bring nothing. It might bring death. And you can run from it, you can dread it, but destiny arrives all the same. And so some people live to be 101, and some, people, they live one year. 1 year being on this earth, and you did it and done. Death has no age on it. And so in America, and I'll just use America because even though I traveled out of the country, my experience is only really here. That's why I'm, born and bred, etc. We often think that we got time on our side, even though we all know that time flies and time waits for no one, right? Time keeps ticking. We tell the youth, like, you got time. You know what I mean? When you get older, when you experience some more shit. And it's not to say that you're going to experience anything. It's not to say that you're going to get older and do anything. Because you might be did it and done at 5 years old, at 10 years old. And it don't matter if you're sickly or you healthy. Death comes for both of those. Old, young, sick, not sick. And so, when the E-Man was speaking on, these two things in particular, time and health, He said, you know, what are you doing with your time? And when you see like parents that want to get their kids active at a young age, so they training, and whether it's boxing, skiing, you know, cooking, karate, whatever it is, academics, in the comments on these social media posters, you'll hear like a lot of people's sentiment is, let the kids be kids. You training them too hard. You're gonna stunt their growth, etc. And they trying to push their kids to the next level so that they can be great early, because tomorrow is not promised. So while you thinking you got time and you shucking and jiving and you tap dancing, etc., and you bullshitting pretty much, procrastinating, whatever it is, self-sabotaging, you don't know ultimately when you walk out of your crib if that's your last time walking out of your crib. You don't know if you're gonna come back to the confines of your home and your sanctuary. You can go on the train, you can go to work, you can get stuck in, you know what I mean? Like anything can happen and you could be out of here. Now health, before we jump off this, right? Nobody appreciates health more than somebody whose health is declining. Somebody whose health has already declined. And when you wake up in the morning, you know, you obviously wash your ass, brush your teeth, make your coffee, like, you know, myself. You may look at your emails, you may look at social media. You don't even realize, you know, that you're healthy and that all systems is go for you because your systems is go. It's not till, you know, if you're a high energy person, right? You got a lot of vigor. You give this speech with vigor and pass the wine cooler, you big black rider. It's an LL reference on your jiggling baby, gad baby. You giving the speech with vigor. You got a lot of energy. You know what I mean? Till you wake up and you sick and you got a fever that's 102, 103, 105 and your energy is zapped and you can't get out of the bed. You feel weak. You feel like, damn, you know what I mean? Or you go to the hospital and you visit people that's, you know, in the hospice, or maybe one of your family members, you know, maybe it may be you. And you get to be around the other sickly people. Social media is not on your mind. Your mom's is not on your mind probably. Your job is not on your mind probably. Your girlfriend, your wife, you know, your roster, you know, your TikTok fans. Whatever it is that you got going, whether you got a lot of motion or you got no motion, and you think you got motion. When you're sick and your health is down, that's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing when you can't bend down no more. When your back is broke, or you know, you see people walk with the, you know, the little rolling things and the canes and they bent over. And every time I see them, I be like, you know, I hope the Most High don't put me like that. And you know, who knows if I will be or you will be. You just see people that's in certain positions, you say, damn, I don't want to be like that, because you value all, you know, being able to use all your extremities, being able to see, being able to hear, being able to walk up them flights, even though you in the, you know, you're on the 6th floor and you hate walking upstairs to your building. Imagine somebody who is elderly or they got, you know, knee problems, or as Stephen A would say, you got a 6-inch nail in your knee and you got to walk up those same flights. Because they're not rich either. They live in the same building that you live in, except you got vigor, you got youth, you got, you know what I mean, health. So you can get up and down the stairs. You can take your bags and your laundry and your groceries with no problem. But the, you know, the older gentleman or the older lady, they got to stop every 2 flights, catch their breath, make sure, you know what I mean, they can make it up that long trek, and you don't. Well, you don't realize it because every day you're doing the same thing. You just going about life with your health, not realizing that you taking it for granted, and not like in the literal, like you just, you know what I mean, but in the sense of it's not appreciated enough. You may not be thanking the Most High that you got all your extremities, you know what I mean, and it's not till you get sick, or they got to amputate, or, you know what I mean, one of your body parts is not working the way it is, and you realize, like, damn, if just my head go out, I'm going to be messed up. How I'm going to wipe my ass? Like, I got to start learning how to do the next hand, or whatever it is. I eat with the left hand, but now my 2 fingers is missing because I was in the car and I walked away, but I'm missing 3 fingers. You know what I mean? And so, you know, don't take your health, and don't take the time you got here on earth for granted, because just because you're 15, just because you're 16, I don't know the demographics of people that be watching Pop Up His TV, whoever you are, If you watch, I appreciate you, of course, obviously, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you be rocking with me sometime. No matter your age, if you're in college and you at the, the height of your athletic prowess, you could be taken out of here. You could be taken off the board like this. So don't take it for granted. And speaking of death, right? Speaking of life, speaking of death, rest in peace to Chino XL, Derek Keith, right? Passed at the age of 50. We don't know yet, or they're not releasing, his causes of death. They just like the causes of death is unknown right now. So rest in peace to his family. I think he got like 3 daughters, 2 sons, or I think I seen there was 3 stepkids or what have you. But obviously he left children behind. 50 is a hell of a young age, right? Just talking about age, and it ain't no time limit or no time age at 101 or at 1. You could be taken out of here. When you do say, damn, it's young. What was the cause of death? You know what I mean? Obviously, if you're in a younger generation, you probably don't know who Chino XL is. Well, he's obviously known, came out in the 90s. I think his first album was I'm Here to Save You All. And he got a couple of joints, obviously, with a lot of collabs, Razzcast and a few other people. Definitely lyrical, born in the Bronx, raised out in Newark, New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. And he's gone. You know what I mean? Some would say too soon. But, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to him, condolences to his family. Appreciate your life, right? Let's get to this next shit. Because we in the end game, cuz Vibe Cartel, he just was released from prison a couple days ago. I think I want to say like 1 or 2 days ago. Home after, I think when he got locked up, 2011, so like 13, 14 years, which is a long fucking time, right? Especially to be like in the, I was about to say a third world country, but I won't do Jamaica like that. Jamaica, 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 Jamaica. And my first time going out to Jamaica was in February. One of my cousins and them, they were celebrating their birthday. We had a blast. I had a blast. Put some of the footage up on see me on the jet skis and shit, right? And we had a good time out there. But I'm only saying that, when you hear certain things about other countries that's not America, and this is America, don't catch you slipping now. Police be tripping now. For all the red, white, and blue, and the Dems and the Repubs, and we'll get to some of that in a minute. And the police brutality, which is very, very true. The systemic racism and, this and that, and, it's racial, man. Martin Lawrence, I'm telling you, right? And all those things are true, even though I'm being funny, but I'm not. When you hear about other countries, that's not America. They're not ran like America. They don't operate like America. Some pros, that's good, and some cons may be bad. But you hear, in those prison systems out there in Jamaica or other places, it's not the best. And here it's not the best either. You're going in the shithole cell, make no mistake about it. The food is shit, right? And the guards is shit. And the people that you're around, for the most part, most of them is shit. Most of them is the lowest of the low. And as K.O. Smitty would say, scum of the earth, right? But you hear Jamaica is foul, like little hole in the wall you're getting water out from, and it's just not like here, right? And so his health was bad. I think he had Graves' disease, which led to some thyroids and some other type of hormones being in his body, and a few other ailments, unfortunately, right? So this is supposed to be part of the reason why they released him. But he got locked up in 2001, right, for allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, we're going to put that on this. Him and 3 other people, so he had 3 co-defendants for killing Charles Lizard Williams. And in 2015 was convicted, got sentenced. Kareem Harris, what's the word, my guy? Happy Friday. Got convicted, and then boom, all of a sudden, the Court of Appeals find no reason to retrial after they overturned it. So he got out, in the picture that's spinning around, one of the first things I looked at, I'm talking about Vibes Cartel, is the bottle of champagne. I don't know if that was just for the photo op, like, popping champagne, pop champagne, like you just came home, and y'all know I often play on the channel, like that feeling, that's definitely one of those feelings. If you've been locked up and now you come home, whether it's on the pill, whether it's a technicality, whether you did your whole stretch and you stood 10 toes down and you stood on business and you came home. It's that feeling, hitting the numbers, getting married to the love of your life, having your first child, getting that degree after you work and bust your ass for it. All those things is that feeling. Hitting head cracks back to back to back on them, then follow that up with a triple ding ding. That's trips, by the way. That feeling. Then you cut the bank. Yeah, kid, that feeling. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe he had the bottom on his head for that. I don't know, but when you say like, damn, your health is not the best. So why are you know what I mean, going straight to the, you know what I mean? And again, I don't know if that's the photo op. I don't know if he a heavy drinker, if he just want to soak the moment up or what have you. But it didn't look good. A lot of people are talking about it. But I do want to talk about it in the sense of he claimed innocence. I don't know if he did it or not. I wasn't there. Obviously, he took it to trial. He lost. Then they overturned it, so maybe he is all the way innocent. Put out a lot of hit songs. 2015 on the conviction. 2016 after his conviction. The Fever song, Fire. The Summertime, oh, here we go. Summertime in the boom boom. Like, put out a lot of songs, and a lot of people, you know, got a lot of followers. That post is spinning in the clip, as I like to say. Millions of people done viewed it already. And supposed to be, you know, a bad boy, etc. And, you know, did a lot of things. Again, I don't know if these things are true or not. You know, what's the end game now? Obviously, your health is not the best, so you assume that you want to, you know, get all the treatment you could get now that you're outside, breathe fresh air. I believe he's married, spend time with your wife. I don't know if you was able to get you know, visits in Jamaica, as far as conjugal visits, and you could bust some cheeks open. I don't know. I didn't Google that. You can let me know in the comments. But I'm sure he want to spend time with his family and, you know, things of that. But, you know, when people come home for murder and they celebrate it, etc., and, you know, it's the whole hood culture, if you will. I get it. I'm not going to dive deep into it. We get it. We know that people that come home from the penitentiary, you know, whether it's murder, robbery, you was about that life and you stood 10 toes. People revere you, you know what I mean? As opposed to you coming home from the Army, the Navy, college, getting a 4-year degree, going back and getting your mat or whatever. You know what I mean? People in our community, excuse me, for whatever reason, I just finished your apartment. For whatever reasons, hold him to a higher regard. But the flip side of that is, whether he did it or not, talking about Vibes Cartel, is the family. It's the family of the deceased. The people who, you know, lives is still devastated, who still living through, you know, whatever situation where they lost their loved one, dealing with that pain, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't go away. 11 years, 10 years, you know, depending on who it is. The pain of losing a loved one, especially in a tragic manner. Now, I was about to say if that person was in the streets doing a lot of crazy shit, raising, what's the word? You might could be like, he was killing people too, so it was bound for him to get popped. It may not hurt, but for the people whose family that is, of course it's still gonna hurt. Even though they was out running them up, causing pain, putting in pain, as they say, it still hurts. But for, you know, I think the brother, mother, Williams, Lizard Williams, Clive Williams, who allegedly they supposed to have killed, they don't want them free. You don't want them coming home. You don't want them to be able to have life now. You want them to rot in prison, to rot in jail. You don't want them to see the daylight no more. And I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at them for feeling that way. Now, if he's innocent, obviously, then the anger and the pain or the revenge factor is misplaced. He got convicted, then it got overturned years later. You know what I'm saying? But again, was able to release hit songs, hit music, revered by a lot of people. Obviously, a dance hall icon and a legend. And I'm sure he's gonna make probably more music if he made and put out music from prison. We see Tory Lane's not really a topic, but you know, he just put out a post. I posted it up on my stories on YouTube, on Instagram too, I think. You see, he like, yo, every Friday we gonna be releasing new music, and I cracked the code. He always cracking the code. We'll see if it turns out to be hits. Like, we keep coming back with more and more hits. More and more hits. We'll see if it turned out to be some hits. But Vibes Cartel, we know he got some hits. Let's get to this other shit though. Because we also in the end game, because Rayful Emmons, right? He just came on. 35 years. Ooh. And like Jada said, and I'm tired of hearing about old niggas that had it be the same old niggas that ratted. Who cares? Let's talk about how we hawk niggas in they fucking back. Gun works official, but niggas don't be wanting that because they puss in they mans is lame. We so for real in the hood, we made candy rain. And you know, I'm not kicking the brother, you know what I mean? He did what he did, you know, as far as before he went to prison, when he got to prison, and we'll see what he do now. But get into him. Damn. I had it right here. Yep, right here. So out of DC, obviously, if you don't know who I'm talking about, you know what I mean, a lot of times, and he 35 years, besides your family or people that's from that area know the history, it's really just like a buried treasure or a buried to obviously to get released, or maybe a blogger or two may talk about, etc. I wasn't familiar with the brother, I'm not even gonna lie. And it's a lot of brothers like him, you know what I mean? A lot of brothers that, you know, from the 90s, the early 90s, or early 2000s, go away 20, 25 years, you come back, people like, oh shit, you know, who's that? And some of the comments was like, who is this? And, you know, I'm not bigging him up, but he did post up on Instagram, or somebody got the clip of him, you know, coming home, etc., being released, and he like, yeah, I'm back, better than ever, etc. And I seen Brian Glaze on the real Brian Glaze. He was talking about him, obviously saying he got a good testimony to give, and he can direct a word towards the right, as far as the youth and what not to do. And, you know, right off the bat, when you flip, as, you know, that's the words that he used, or become an informant, start cooperating, tell, become a snitch, a rat, etc., right? Obviously, people from the hood, even though they never been in those situations, they never faced that kind of pressure, they don't know what the fuck they'll do. And I'm not condoning anything, right? They bashing, they saying the most, and woo woo woo. And again, his history is his history. Got locked up in, I believe, 1990, right? Flipped in 1994 when I first got arrested. So when Lynch Mob and all them got arrested, 42nd, right? Lenox Ave, Crime Square, my block, right? Even though I got locked up in Maine, and they got locked up, I think, in like June. Anyway, flipped in 94. Did some other shit in there with the Colombian cartel, gave him another 30. But because he was cooperating, or they flipped him, or he decided to flip, started getting, you know, according to this news clip, over 100 arrests. So you locked up for the shit you did, you know what I mean? Fucking the community up, etc., getting money, getting to the bag, being the big Willie playing the role, right? You get knocked, you don't stand strong, 10 toes, you flip, but then not only do you flip, you get new niggas arrested. So you bring in new niggas. So niggas in the comments and people in the comments is definitely like the worst type of scum of the earth. And I'm not mad at them for viewing him that way. What I'll just say is that, are you surprised? Are you shocked and you amazed when you put the beat on? And I'm saying that in the sense like, yeah, you got people that stand strong, 10 toes down. They wear that 30 years on their conscience. Like Nas said, wave spinning, looking like Mike Bivens from New Edition agent. You know what I mean? Like, still looking young. In shape, you 50, you 54. And I don't think he looked bad as far as age, 59, to be locked at 35 years, right? In the federal penitentiary. We seen worse. We seen people out here look washed. They ain't nowhere near close to his age, right? And you do the unthinkable, you get other people not. But we know that people don't stand 10 toes down. We know this. We know that people flip all the time. Killers flip all the time, from Sammy the Bull and other hitmen for the mob and other street niggas. You out here killing niggas. and then you tell. And like I was posing the questions for people in the comments, right? And this was about Alpo. I wasn't defending him or nothing like that. But what I was saying was, he was a killer. He did, you know what I mean, put work in, right? In that regard, street shit vein. You never did. For the people that didn't, I'm talking about. Would you tell him to his face? Would you dare tangle with him or, you know what I mean, getting something with him? Knowing what type of person he is or is capable of doing? You wouldn't. So even though he may have snitched and told, right? You in the comments behind the phone on the computer talking wild shit, even though nigga told, still gangster or still did quote unquote street gangster shit that you haven't done. And I'm not saying because you didn't do it don't make you soft, your pussy, your bag, some Martin Lawrence shit, you soft and shit like that. Because I don't glorify none of that shit. He's a person that been up top, carry guns, shotguns, been shot at, did some things, right? None of it's to be glorified, especially at my age now. I don't glorify it. I don't look at it in awe. And even for the people that come from that stood 10 toes, or whether they told, I don't look in awe now. Like, you know what I mean? As before, maybe as a youth, and when you're impressionable, and when you easily influenced, and like Nas said, worshiping every word these rope rocking niggas gave me. You know what I mean? These rope chain rocking niggas gave me. You look with awe. You look like these is the guys. You know what I mean? They got their control on the block. They driving the whips. They got the change. They got the knots. They got the bitches, right? Niggas respect them. You don't know all the ins and outs. You don't know about the jail, but nobody is like, yeah, homie told, when you younger, obviously when you come to the realization or it hits you like the back of the limo like Ike did Tina, and you're like, oh, okay, I think this gangster, they doing certain things, but when you get locked, now they start talking about the L. Now they start talking about you never, ever, ever coming home. Like forever, ever, no. Forever, ever, nigga. Like you're never gonna come home. Only time you come home is in the body bag. Then you start thinking like, damn, was that shit really worth it? And what can I do to get back out? And as long as it ain't no Harlem niggas, I'm being funny like the movie. As long as it ain't none of my niggas, yeah, I give up some other niggas somewhere else, and I think we're gonna drop a dime on these niggas, right? And you start telling. The thing is now, what are you gonna do? People was in the comments saying what they think he gonna do. I'm just bringing it up in the sense of your life ain't gone. 59, still can live a whole lot. People saying he still got money left over, etc. Obviously, you in a halfway house now. Your life is still not going to be you just walk back out like if you didn't tell, because you did put people away. But if you try to turn a negative into a positive, speaking to the youth, as Brian Gibbs was saying, speak your testimony, so to speak, right? And let people know that, yeah, I did X, Y, Z, and then I did X, Y, Z, and none of it paying out to be shit. I spent 35 years in the penitentiary doing hard time, and my name is tarnished. I hurt people, I did a lot of fucked up shit. Don't you go that route. Or some whole shit like, whole so crack, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. You was raised in the projects, roaches and rats. Smokers out back selling their mama's sofa. That you can do better than what I did, and you don't gotta waste your life and your time trying to chase behind some image and some street code shit that ain't gonna pop off for you anyway. And Nas did, quote on Purple Tape, props is a true thug's wife. It's like a cipher. Some will come home, some will go in, do a bullet, come back, do the same shit again from the womb to the tomb. Presume the unpredictable. Guns bust rapidly. That's the ritual. Like, props is a true thug's wife. You know what I mean? In that sense, like, especially if you stood tall for whatever reason, and we know the reason because people glorify street shit. So if you stood 10 toes down, them props stay with you. You know what I mean? At least longer than a lot of other shit do. You know what I mean? But let's get to this. Let's get to politics as usual. We ain't in game because Kamala. But a lot of us is calling her Kamala, right? Because we black. Oh, but you're black. Calling her Kamala and not Kamala, right? Or vice versa, because it's an Indian name. It's not a black name, so we pronouncing it wrong. They're saying Trump pronouncing it wrong on purpose, and the Republicans, I don't know. I see a lot of black people pronouncing it wrong too. Could it be because it's not a black name, if you will? Like what's black, what's not name? Y'all know what's black names. Shakima, Teresa, you know what I mean? You know, y'all know what the black names is. Anyway, she had her rally. Had Megan Thee Stallion come out and do a little 1-2s. Had Quavo talk about, you know, gun violence, because that's a strong issue to him. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it is or it's not. The real issue, or what people are making the issue, is, was it appropriate for Megan to be, you know what I mean, yada, 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 yada. Was it appropriate for her to be up there shaking her moneymaker, right, at a presidential rally? Obviously, you got people on both sides. People is like, listen, she trying to reach the youth. You got to meet the people where they are. And I get that. She in Atlanta, they was in Atlanta. What do you expect? And then the pushback on that, on the other side of the coin is, some people did feel it was distasteful. Some people did feel it was disrespectful. Some people like, yeah, Atlanta is not just ass and titties and candy painted cars and, you know what I mean, 24s and all that. It's much more. And as a black people, we all not the same. Everybody don't like chicken and watermelon. Everybody don't talk broken slang and drug selling. It's a KRS-One reference, right? Like all my brothers eat chicken and watermelon, talk broken language and drug selling. On the teacher, on a philosopher, right? And in about 4 seconds, the teacher was about to speak. I don't like watermelon. Hey, black person don't eat chicken. And we all not the same. All of us is not from the hood, wear our pants down. All of us don't got tattoos on our neck named Shaquisha. Got, you know, 5 kids by 5 baby daddies. All of us ain't drug selling thugs. All of us are not. And so when you paint it with that broad brush, how they always try to do us, put us in a box, people don't like it. And for one, just so we clear, I just think it was like, y'all know on the channel. If you're not, then I'm gonna put you on, right? Let me put you on the game. I feel like if you're the president, vice president, you a senator, you a mayor, you a judge, you know, you a cop, you a prosecutor, teachers, you know, even though they get paid, you know, not a lot, and they should get paid more. Unfortunately, with social media and just the way the world works, with everybody being critical and sometimes overcritical or over hypersensitive, I will say that. We judge a lot, we judgmental. When you hold certain offices and certain positions, and position of power on some 50 Cent shit, I got money and don't trip. Told you nigga, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna fuck you up with my clip, like, don't trip in that position of power. I said the words wrong. But that's one of my favorite songs by 50, Position of Power. When you're in a position of power to dictate shit, to hold people's lives and decisions in their hand, you can get people thrown out of their house or make them pay judgment or, you know what I mean, child support and things like that. You shouldn't be seen to the public, even though you're like, listen, I'm off the clock. I should be able to go out, have a drink, have happy hour with my friends, and you should. But everything ain't for social media, and it's a time and it's a place for everything, or at least it should be. And when you're doing that at the presidential campaign, and you're taking our money and our donations, and this is what we're doing, a lot of people looking with the side eye. And, you know, when it's election time, they pull out the hot sauce from their purses, they go kiss black babies, they jump on the Breakfast Club, and they tell Charlemagne to his face, Kareem Akbar, you are the true leader of the C and B, and if you don't vote, and if you don't vote for me, you ain't black enough. Send it back on some Mr. shit. It ain't cold enough. They can send that shit back without even looking at Sealy. Like, it ain't cold enough. He ain't even taking, I'm being funny. But that's what it is. When you go on a Breakfast Club and you do that, right to a Charlemagne face. You know what I mean? And I rock with him in the sense of, you know, a lot of people look at him funny style, and rightfully so. But definitely yesteryear, maybe not now, a little more political, you know, correctness and shit with all the LGBTs, and obviously he be doing mental health, and I think he got like 2 or 3 books now. But at one point in time, he was like Star and Buck Wild. If you old enough, or you from the era, and obviously Star's still on YouTube now. But those was the ill days on the radio. Like, you go in there, you might hear anything because they wasn't holding their tongue. They was speaking whatever they felt their truth was, and they wasn't worrying about being canceled. Charlemagne was in that vein too. I mean, he was. So that's why I was rocking with him. But you have a Biden come on there and tell you to your face, to the listeners, you ain't black enough if you don't vote for me. You know what I mean? And again, if you watch my show, I appreciate you. But I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican, so I don't speak overzealous or invested like some of these people on these different platforms that is invested. They just one way. So they're not going to see it both ways. If you Republican, then it's Republican, Donald Trump is the man, make America great again, 2024. Like, you really stuck on that wave. Or if you're a Democrat, it's she black, she cooked motherfucking string beans in the tub for a whole family and woo woo woo, and you stuck on that. You're not trying to hear no different opinions. You don't want to hear from no conservatives. You don't want to hear from no far leftists. And these are terminologies that I'm familiarizing myself with as the political cycle spin, because I'm not an aficionado. I won't even pretend to be, right? But I thought it was distasteful. I thought it was like, damn, why every time they want to fuck with us, but you're black. Every time they want to rock with us, they got to, throw some hip hop in it, bring Glorilla to the White House. Last year was Cardi B with the strippers and the vote on they wardrobe, and on their breasts say vote, on their booties, on their ass shaking it had vote. And it's just like, damn, here's what they think about you. From Spike Lee and Do the Right Thing, you high flying, Chinese eating, eyelash wearing, fake weave, bag wearing, MCM, Gucci this, Fendi that, don't really got no money, not educated, drop out of high school, king of the Bloods, king of the Crips, can't think past 5 ass nigga. Like, here's what they think about you. I'm being funny, but I'm not. So you're not supposed to be laughing. Because we know what they say on the hot mics behind closed doors. That's the Dems and the Republicans. That's how I see it. And I see it like it's the government against us. Just keep it a buck. That's how I see it. And, you could disagree, right? And I won't go too long because it's obviously Trump is spinning. He stole the spotlight a little bit. Some people cheering him on. Some people not. The Dems, anytime they're like, oh, you're going to vote for Trump, when they try to scare you. And I want to talk about it, quick rapid fire. We ain't going to spend too much time. But I do want to hit on a few points because this should be too long to type. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be in the comments under some of these posts. And again, I'm not on one side, I'm not on the left. They're both the same fucking government. But think about this, right? If you're not too blinded by whatever side you're on. Project 25, all right. Let's say that is the case. Let's say that's absolutely the case. And I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even go into all of the shit they was talking about, right? But let's just assume it's the fucking worst. They're going to have us back in shackles. They're going to be raping us, doing us dirty like they was doing before, right? Right. It's the same government. So if they win, that's what's going to happen, and the left going to have nothing to say about it. They not down with it. You think they're not going to be down with it? You don't think that they down with it now if that's what they want to push? No, it's just the Republicans, because the Democrats can't be with Project 25. How could the same government be so radical? How is that possible? I know I'm not the smartest, and I didn't graduate from college. I don't got no MDAs and no MDC. I'm being funny. I got my GED right after completing ABE, and I know how to count 1, 2, 3. That rhyme, but it's not supposed to rhyme. ABE is adult basic education for those that got low-level reading when you go into the penitentiary. And before you can get the pre-GED and ultimately take your GED, you have to pass ABE. So I am being funny, but I'm not. How can one side be so radical when it's the same person? It's the same government. They in the same rooms. That's number one, right? Number two, it's a whole lot of gangsters in these comments acting like they scared of Donald Trump or the yellow man, the orange man. Are y'all that scared? You can't be. Cause you out here with the blizzies and the burners. You know what I mean? You out here popping off crazy. I know you not scared. And like Menace to Society. I mean, these niggas done killed your cousin and you ain't gonna do shit? You gonna let these, we gonna ride on all these niggas and I don't give a fuck who out there. Old or young people. And that was what Old Dog was saying until, I forget homie name. He like, man, nigga, both of you niggas shut the fuck up. Sound like bitches. Give me my weed back. I'm being funny and dramatic, but I'm not. Too many gangsters. I mean, not, y'all know because the gangsters are online now. They behind the phones. They behind these profiles. You know, they political now. You know, they gangster and woke like my son. I'm being funny. I'm not so much talking about him, but that is his slogan. I'm gangster and I'm a woke. Okay, gangster and woke. No, you're not scared of the government. You're not scared of the police, right? You're not scared because they pushing that immunity, and if he gets in, this is what's going to be happening to us. So it's going to be worse than Jim Crow. It's going to be worse than George Floyd. It's going to be worse than Sonia Massey. It's going to be worse than Trayvon Martin. It's going to be worse than Eric Garner. It's going to be worse to fucking the lady, can't think of her name right now. Damn it! The lady that they say hung herself out there, what was it, Texas? Yeah, I can't think. Glennis, baby girl Glennis, rest in peace, right? It's going to be worse than that? What is it going to be worse than? Is it going to be worse than slavery? Because a lot of y'all in the comments, when we watch Roots, when they spin the block and, you know, it was Black History Month, or they, you know, try to take us down memory lane and ooh, some nice shit, memory lane. A lot of y'all in the comments like, nigga, I'm dying. I'm not going back to no slavery. I'm going to free my people. I'm going, I mean, like, you lifting all the weights in the gym, right? You want all the creatine and what's the shit they be promoting to the motherfucking kids? What is it? The shit fucking Doug Flutie and the other nigga be promoting. All them shits. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Are you serious? Kiss on the check-in. Not y'all. Y'all niggas lifting the gym up too much. Y'all controlling the gangs too much. Y'all out here in the streets putting in too much pain on the ops. No, you're not scared of the government. I know you're not scared. I know Project 25, 45. Are you serious? And maybe you are. So you think voting Kamala Harris is the wave. And if that's what you want to do, then get ahead. But I'm just saying, if it is a such thing as a Project 25, do y'all really think the Democrats is not in on it? Y'all think if Trump do win for whatever reason, right? Because it's going to be blamed on Jamal, right? Blame it on, because no, not Jamal, Jermaine. Everything is Jermaine's fault, and that means but you're black. The black men. It's going to be blamed on us because we ain't come out in droves and vote for her. Somehow, some way, we're going to make it up out the hood. Some way, it's going to be come back to the black man. I'm being funny, but I'm not, because I don't care. But if she don't win, and he wins, oh, like he was saying, you only gonna have to vote one time. And I get that he said that. It do make your ears perk. What are you talking about, Donald J. Trump? You gonna fix it so we can't vote no more? So then democracy is out of here, right? And do you ever think about when you out of here, your record deal, video out of here? Well, I'm asking y'all, for the people that's smarter than me, because you went to college, you graduated, you know what I mean? You got some degrees under your belt. And you're a PhD. Rest in peace, Kevin Sin. You're a PhD. Fellas and ladies, right? Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where's the ladies at? Y'all really think that if the Republicans win and they implement this, Democrats ain't going to have no say? They not with it somehow? This is not a whole, you know, thought out plan to get it the way they want it? Because they all in cahoots. Make no mistake about it. Right after they win, the president that's on the way out. That's why they have that ceremony and all that. Even though Donald was a little, salty. You know what I mean? Or no, it wasn't Obama. No, when they had to get out to you know what I mean? Like Michelle, like they ain't like leaving, and he was there and all that. That's why that whole ceremony is done. Like, we still the same country. Now let's come together now. That's why they say that in the speeches. Now it's time to unite both parties, and they give you all this bullshit rhetoric because they're the same. That's just my take. And again, I got a GED. What the fuck do I know? You know what I mean? I didn't graduate high school. I had to go up north and get my GED right after, you know, graduating from AB. So obviously I don't know shit. But I'm just like, damn. They really gonna just let one side of the government control shit and not say anything, not do anything, not be down? I don't see that happening. Unless they down and you want to be down with the kings. You want to be down like they down together, folks. Y'all just the ones that's not down, or you just don't realize. And this is the last thing before I get off, whether she black or not, right? Because he went to the conference, Donald Trump that is. A lot of people is mad and they feel as black women. You disrespecting black women and black men. Ooh. There wasn't no black man on that stage. There wasn't no black man on that stage, and I wonder why. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Why do you think it was all three women there? Just curious. I seen some comments. Some people was wondering too. I was one of them. Not a lot of people, because it's only a few comments that I've seen. But why y'all think that is? Why was three women, right? And again, all right, cool, it's three women. They deserve to be there. They the best around, and nothing's ever gonna, like, you deserve to be there. You're not a DEI and all that shit, right? All of the buzzwords. You worked your ass off to get there. All right, cool. He said what he said. Do I think he could have handled it better? Of course. It was an ambush. He walked into the lions, then all right. Is that how he really feel? And then he's talking about he did the motion with the water and all that. He didn't say the cops should get immunity, or Sean Grayson. He like, you know, it didn't look right. And if you look at it like that wasn't a more solid answer for you, he's a politician. Just like Kamala. They're all politicians, so they're not going to give direct answers. They're going to tell you what they think you want to hear, and after they bust them cheeks and get your vote, then you're out of here. Oh, you thought you were special? Nigga took you to Applebee's, Cheesecake Factory, or even Mr. Child's. Whatever the situation calls for. Let you ride around in the whip, and bitch, get in my car. You see the chain, you see the ice, the wrist bling bling, my shit bling blah. I'm going to spill a little game at you, and after I get your vote, bend you over, pull your hair strong, smack you on your ass, then you go on your way. And I go to the next, on to the next one, on to, damn, my ears. LiVe, Pop, this sounds harsh. Why are you drawing that analogy on men fucking women? Because that's what men do, right? Spill a little game, then I got him. I holla at a bitch till I got a hoe confused. She got on Payless, me, I got on gator shoes. Spill a little game, then I got her. Then after I beat, right? Make sure you beat good, then you out of here. Now you in your feelings and you tight. What Kendrick Lamar say on that album? What is it on? Not Lust, I think it is Lust. I need some water. Something got into me. Way too hot to simmer down. Might as well overheat. Like he did and I did a translation Tuesday on this song too, right? First verse was for the men. Wake up in the morning thinking about money, kick your feet up. Hop in the shower, go run sit to take some weed up. Then he talked about the women, don't go to work today, jump on the gram, make them hate. But the last verse, because this was in 2016, right? When Trump got in. He said, we all woke up to the news, hoping the election wasn't true, married to his proposal made us feel cheap, right? And as time passed, we go back to our daily ways, stuck in our ways, right? And so no matter who gets in, your life ain't gonna change drastically unless you making, choices and decisions and you moving things around so that your life can take a drastic turn for the better for you. It's not just the president, it's your borough president, it's the city council, it's the fucking prosecutor, it's all the way down. So you need to vote for all these offices and people that's going to be making the decisions that impact you, whatever your issues may be. But Kendrick said that like, yeah, we was all tight when he got in. And then after a few weeks of being upset, stuck in our feelings, I believe that's the exact words, stuck in our feelings and made us feel cheap, married to his proposal, made you feel cheap. But after a few weeks and, you back to the daily grind, stuck in your ways, lust. You ain't gonna give a fuck after 2-3 weeks. You're gonna bitch and moan, and if she win, people gonna be dancing and hollering, and then it's back to the back. It's back to your regular fucking life. But again, is she black? I don't know. And I don't even care. I know that politicians say what they want to say to get the votes, to get you to move and get emotional about certain things. Those are the facts. You can run from it. You can dread it. But destiny arrives all the same. I don't care how you feel. They all do this. It's manipulation to get what they want. And all manipulation ain't bad. We manipulate our kids to get good grades, to eat better. You know? I'm going to give you some ice cream right after you eat your broccoli and your string beans. We're going to go to McDonald's in the morning when you go to sleep on time and you don't give mommy and daddy no problems. We all use manipulation, but manipulation has a negative undertone. So it's like, yeah, you manipulated me, but sometimes people are manipulated or motivated to do or move in a certain way that may benefit them. So all politicians do is say what they think you want to hear so they can get your vote. Then after that, we'll see if we're going to make good on our promises. Because they've been in office for 3 years. Yeah, she's the vice president. She can't really do too much. I get that. She can't really do too much. But they did lie about his health, right? They did. That's the fact. Because he shouldn't have been running. And if y'all watch my channel, y'all know I was like, well, why you got to run still? You already was the president. You made it. You was the vice president. You was in the Senate. You was in politics for fucking half of your life. Half of your life. You accomplished the uncomplishable, right? Like you did your big one. Why you can't bow out gracefully? Why are you still trying to be the president of the free world when there's more than enough capable people to do it, hopefully, right? So they lied about that. They lied about a lot of shit. They cover up a lot of shit. It is what it is. I'm not, for or against. Either way. I don't even know if I'm going to vote. You know what I mean? I got to hear more. I want to hear some more policies, not about cooking string beans in the tub. Not about Megan shaking her ass and how much white people is on the Zoom, women or men giving you their hard donated, money. All right, you raise the money to fly on the jets and fly across the states and all that. They only go to the swing states anyway, because that's where, we don't know if we're going to get your vote, so we got to pander to you. And I bet she won't do that shit in New York. She knows she got the Democrat votes in New York. Same thing with Trump. He ain't going to the places he think he got in the bag already for what? The fuck you going to go there for? You going to go to the places where people is still on the fence and it's looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous, so you can try to rope those votes in. It is what it is. Is she black? I don't know. I don't give a fuck if she black. But all black people ain't the same anyway. And I would wish she'd just come out straight and say what it is and then just put the shit to the rest. She was saying, you can just say it to my face, and you using all the terminologies now. But now show us. Challenge or some Bill Cosby shit. Enough with the foolery, enough with the pandering, enough with the buffoonery remaining at an all-time high. Shout outs to O'Shea, Dude Jackson, right? Enough with that. Let's get to the issues now. Especially for black people. Foundational black people. Black Americans. Not mixing your color because other things. No. Us here that was brought over here. And this is the last thing. Now I be getting long-winded, but I've been talking. This is my show, and this is why you love me. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Follow the kid, right? All these people joining together, jumping on the Zoom, putting their money and all that. Why y'all worrying about race, she, black, she, this shit? All that's cool. What I hope comes out of this, and I know it's organizations and groups. I actually just found one of the ladies, I can't think of her name, she pushing for reparations hard for us. For the people that was brought over here. Now we know they went to, all the Caribbean islands and Jamaica and DR. They dropped slaves all over, right? The whole fucking rap, right? And our brothers sold us into this shit. And we was once them. And now we us. African American or foundational blacks. I'm just learning. These are the terminologies now, right? We are different. And they're not like us in that sense. You wasn't over here for the slavery part. Not saying you didn't go through nothing in Jamaica, or Dominican Republic, or wherever you was at. Wherever they took you. That's your experience over there, and ours is here. We need to group together more than any other group, because all the other groups seem to get it. They link together, whether they want to or not, whether it's out of necessity or not. We the only ones. When you come through with the juice bar, a place where it's health, and you're supposed to be getting your body right, and niggas look with the mean grill to force you to say peace, everybody, and that's how I come in. Peace, peace, kings. We don't got no drama with me. If you ain't gonna give that energy to the police, please don't give it to me, because I'm not scared of the police or you. Like Fury. You know, when the people started coming around and boys in the hood and everybody looking around, you're like, we gotta stop being scared of our own people. I'm not one that's scared. Not one that's scared. Not saying shit can't happen, but I'm not one for the being scared and to be shaky, little nervous, little shaky, little nervous. If you know me, you know what I mean? You know, I'm going anywhere, even out the country I want to go where the people is at. But the point is, us, that's over here. We don't link like everybody. We don't link and connect and build like everybody. And I'm not saying all of us don't do it. I'm sure it's brothers and sisters working together, building, got businesses, trying to, you know, start programs or have found. I'm not saying that. But it needs to be more of us, because the Africans do it. They black like I'm saying they black. You ask me right now, the immigrants for the black ones come from Sudan and Africa or wherever they come from, right? They blacker than me. I look at them as black, right? But they black from over there. They come from their countries, they come here. They wasn't here. They wasn't brought here. Generations came from them right here. Slavery, right? Raped and all that. We are. The Arabs, they come from where they at. They get the stores in your neighborhood, right? In your neighborhood. Because you're going to buy the block back? Right. The hood billionaires, the rappers and the entrepreneurs, they come back to your hoods. Then they pass that shit down to their family. The Chinese, they get the Chinese restaurants, they pass that down to the cleaners. The Indians, they get the Dunkin' Donuts and the Popeyes, the shit that's bad for us. They get they people in there. They work together. They get businesses together. They put shit on the bills and say, listen, you want our vote? This what our people want. You can look at them and say they colored. They're not white, so I get it. They're not European, right? You're not a devil, as the 5%ers were saying. I used to study the lessons, right? 120 cipher and what's today's mathematics? And knowledge guard on some Wu-Tang shit, purple tape. What's today's mathematics, God? Right? And if you don't know, you get your head flown. They build with each other. Everybody, the Jew, everybody, except us. And if we do, it's small little pockets that shit don't go noticed. Like my fucking shit that's going ball is barely noticeable. I'm being funny, but I'm not. It's barely noticeable. It's barely talked about. And then we see Rick Ross on my last show, 50 Cent and Rick Ross, should they do business together? They don't need each other. You see the men that make it, they business bosses, they get money, we getting money over here. They conflict and they be beefing with each other instead of setting up hood tanks. Not Shark Tank, hood tank. For brothers like me and other brothers that got ideas and, put people in position. There should be certain shit in every hood that's black owned, people that's born and raised here. Laundromat, 99-cent store, Chinese restaurant, Popeyes. And I'm not saying black folks don't own some of these franchises, but you're not going to no Asian neighborhood opening up no Chinese restaurant. I got 100,000, which I don't got, that you're not. You ain't gonna open up hardly no business in they places. You're not going to Arabia, neighborhoods, the fucked up neighborhoods in where they live. You're not going there opening them no corner store, selling beers and cigarettes and pork to the people that live there. You're not doing that. But they're going to do that to us. And I know it's systemic racism. They redline us and they give them the grants and the loans so that they can do that. Why are we not paying attention to this? So that's the only thing I want to speak about Kamala. We want to claim, she black, fuck it. She a woman of color, let her win. Let her be the first president. But hopefully this wake us up for the blacks that's over here. Because they've been doing a number on us for fucking years. And because we don't say nothing, we don't stick together, we don't rock with each other, we keep looking at, it's the Willie Lynch syndrome. Put the old against the young, the light skin against the dark skin. Ship them off to this plantation, make him a breeder, make him a fighter. It's getting hot now, getting a little passionate. They use the conquer and divide on us, and it's been working since they brought us over here. Some of us get up out of it, and some of us don't. But we need to take heed, because everybody eats off of us. Every other ethnicity, every other race, everybody. Riri, what's the word? I want to check in on Instagram. We live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. every other race, and I'm not being racist. In fact, I think they say black folks can't even be racist, right? Whether that's true or not don't even matter. Everybody eat off African American, foundational blacks, every other race, every other ethnicity, right in your own hood, right in your own hood. You walk out, you own nothing, no pharmacies, no nothing. You get nothing. And like Chad Boswick, Thanos will have nothing but dust and blood. Oh, we have dust and blood to spare. That's what she told her, right? The daughter of Thanos, or the child of Thanos, well, we have dust and blood to spare. Think you said something slick, you thought you ate? Open the gates. All the motherfucking niggas came out of the creature, they was killing them on cells, you know what I mean, to get inside. I know the movie. Let's get to this other shit though. I know politics, I'm talking about it because it's trending. I think it's a learning moment. I'm not an aficionado. I'm not a Democrat, not a Republican, just for the lay people. I talk from a perspective of in the middle, I think. So I'm not blinded by one way or the other. So you can't get me with, oh, you're Democrat, oh, you're Republican. You're going to vote for Trump? Now, I don't know if I'm going to vote for any of them motherfuckers. But if I do, I got to hear more. But I'm not none of that. Anyway, let's get to this shit, right? Let's get to some hip-hop news. We in the end game because Math Hoffa is currently spinning in the clip, right? And if y'all not familiar with Math Hoffa, battle rapper, favorite rapper, backpacker, you smack your, smack your favorite battle rapper. Brooklyn stand up. Got the podcast, My Expert Opinion, right? And his shit popping. Almost 1 million subscribers, etc. Had a lot of, good guests on there. Fat Joe's, Waka Flocka recently had Cannabis, a lot of different people, right? Anyway, a couple days ago, I guess he had Beanie from Queens. He had 10 Toes Down. Shout out to 10 Toes. I know 10 Toes, right? And somebody else who I can't think of. They was just going about their business, talking about the swipey swipe with the credit card shit. Nigga end up, booking them for a credit card, going inside the house, going to somebody's Sugar Hill, what's the word? Booking a nigga, running up like 45,000 or whatever, right? They exposed him. I think his name is Champion. He was one of the co-hosts on Expert Opinion, right? So they was talking about that. Then somehow, some way, we gonna make it up out the hood on some whole shit. They started talking about Hassan Campbell, right? Now Hassan been on his show 2 times. And they seem to be cool. And this is why I want to talk about it. 2 reasons. One, obviously, why he's spinning in the clip. Because allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, it's the audio. People saying it's a video, but we ain't see it yet. Of him smacking and putting his girl out. His girl name is Jen. For those that don't know, I didn't know either until I started doing a little research or studying, if you will, for the topic, right? I don't be into people's business like that. Even though I got a podcast, I'm a content creator, a show. When it's time to do the show, when I look for my topics, that's when I be like, oh, I died at this age, born at this age, so I could be accurate. But in the everyday life, I'm not like, following people, oh, he got 3 kids and he's doing this. Definitely not my steez, right? But anyway, got his girl, they've been together, etc. Poster had put out, and you can hear saying, yo, get your hands off me. He like, yo, get the fuck out, and woo, told you shit. Like, you gonna put me out? I'm gonna call the police, etc., right? And Hassan put the clip out, the audio, and I guess allegedly, right? Gotta say allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of. Math Hoffa got his channel flagged, got his channel strike. And I just came off my first strike like 3 weeks ago, and it was my first one, so you wasn't able, when you get a strike, for those that don't know, on YouTube, even though we live on Instagram and YouTube. When you get a strike on YouTube, especially if you monetize, and I'm not yet. I am working my way towards it. I appreciate everybody that be watching and the new subscribers, and the views is going up, so I appreciate it, right? When you monetize, you can't post, you can't go live, you can't do anything. Like, so pretty much the Carter is shut down. Like, boarding this shit up, putting the motherfucking yellow tape around your store, and you're dead. Come back after you done, you pay the fines off, then you can come back. So pretty much, essentially, Hassan is monetized, and he got a big platform. I think he got like 100-some thousand subscribers, right? And I rock with his channel. I think he be having some good things to say. It's definitely entertaining, although he be saying some wild shit too about kids and about himself, and he be doing some outlandish wild shit too. Make no mistake about it. But overall, the good meat, the bad meat, or you take the vegetables, I do think he has a a decent message, right? Whether you like the message or not, that's neither here nor there. Point is, he make his money off YouTube. That's a fact. I don't know how much, but I know he making money. And to hear like, damn, even that nigga put the video up or the audio about Math Hoffa allegedly doing this to his girl, because at the end of the video it's supposed to be a smack. You know what I mean? And he supposed to have smacked. I think they came out, said it was all cap. And people like, damn, well, who the fuck was recording this shit? And I'm like, maybe it was her. Maybe they been going through their shit. And if you've been in any long-term relationship, no relationship, I don't even care if you Claire Huxtable and you Bill Cosby from the TV show, even they went through their little bullshit. Everybody's gonna go through ups and downs in their relationship. Hopefully, the relationship that you're in, the good outweighs the bad. Otherwise, it's time to get the fuck up out of it. If it's more bad than it's good, then it's not serving you. In that regards, I can see when people be like, oh, it's not serving me no more. Then of course you need to get up out of it. But for instance, for those that's slow, right? If you've been together 10 years, out of those 10 years, if 7 years is good and 3 years is bad, spread out, maybe not the last 3, because then that's probably an indication y'all need to talk about some shit, or it's going on a decline, you need to fix it up quick. But if it's spread out of 10 years, 7 years, 6.5 is good years, great years, and only 3.5 or 3 years is bad, you got a good relationship. You should try to keep it cultivating. You should try to keep it going. That's just my opinion, right? The point is you're going to go through ups and downs. Maybe she was filming. Maybe I got to get some evidence in case this nigga really put his hands on me real crazy. Or maybe I got to show and prove that this is what he was doing. But they good now. They united front. They're like, nah, this shit is cat. We together, we good. Is it foul that Hassan did that? I won't say it's foul. Putting people's business on Front Street. The dirty part of YouTube, as I'm learning, that's what they calling it. But this is my thing, right? There's 2 things why I want to talk about it. But I just had to give y'all some background, right? Number 1, on YouTube, social media, in the real life, in the street life, in the corporate world, it's always going to be shark bite niggas or some purple tape shit. These shark bite niggas, it's like, they hear you say a word and here they come, want to flip it and bounce it and try to get the shine before you get a chance to shine on your own shit. I'm being funny, but I'm not. It's always going to be scumbag, low-life niggas. And I'm saying that in a sense, you had me on your show twice. We supposed to be cool. We in the back office talking. How are you talking crazy about me with some other people? You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to feel no way about it. How are you holding videos on some chain? Oh, we supposed to be cool, but 7 years later you got my chain? Some scumbag shit. I don't care how tough he is, where he from, how hard his raps go. Some scumbag sucker shit to me. Same thing with this. Like, you got the video. You've been holding and sitting on the video for 4 or 5 years or months, and we cool. But soon as when you can buy my company, we having lunch now, and I'm telling you, like, damn, these people want to buy my company out. I'm in debt. I'm woo. Come to find out, you one of the people on the board that's trying to buy my company. That's a scumbag move. That's a scum of the earth move, as KO would say, right? That happens in all forms of life. That's why you got to be careful and you have to vet who you tell your secrets to. Like Jada said, it's a small world, so you better guard your secrets. And it's easy to get money, but it's hard to keep it. You know what I mean? Like, it's very easy for some that figured out the language of money, but it's hard to keep it. Lawsuits, this, you fumbling the bag, you taking care of everybody. You just became a millionaire by hitting the lotto last month. You're broke now. We see plenty of stories like that. You just came into some money because your parents did the right thing, put you on the trust, put you on a life insurance. Soon as when they die, you brought 3 Ferraris. You think you're going to open up a game shop and you squander the money. We see plenty of stories like this. You have to watch who you have around you, who you tell your secrets to. And I just spoke about that. When I'm like, men, most of the time, when somebody asks you how you doing, even if you've gone through some rough times, you know what I mean? Your mother died, you lost your job, your girl had a miscarriage, whatever it is, right? You battling cancer, you don't want people to know. Chaz Boswick, right? You still doing Wakanda forever, sick, nobody knows. And as a man, I won't say it's not the same for women, but y'all do talk a lot, y'all do have women friends, and y'all share a little bit, more, in my opinion, with each other. Man is going to be a little more guarded. So I'm not going to tell you I'm fucked up right now, because I'm trying to figure it out. Plus, you might use that shit against me while I'm down. Not going to tell you all my business, spill the beans, and then you go behind my back and now you fucking my wife because I'm telling you shit about my wife. Try to confide in you like, yo, shit is going bad, woo, 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 and you just soaking it up like, oh, so yeah, so she not cooking no more. So she went on that Jamaica trip or something, you know what I mean? She did X, Y, Z, and you creeping in the back door. Like Ho said, it's okay, it's all right. I don't keep my ones there. Didn't think I see the lame sneaking in the back door? I see you. That's why men don't talk a lot most. You know what I mean? I know I don't be telling them, I'm all right. I'm doing good. Even though I'm doing bad. I'm going to still put the smile on. And it's not being phony. It's just to say that, one, most people don't really care, especially for men. We don't get that same compassion. We should. We the broad shoulders and we holding this shit down, right? But we don't. And so even with other men, we're not really sharing that. We're not confiding. I'm not saying you may not have one or two, or uncle or cousin or comrade, your co-defendant, you know, somebody, but for the most part, we don't. And so what happens is, in the dirty parts of YouTube, I'm thinking that we cool, yet you sitting on the video or you paid some money to get some audio at one of my low points when me and my woman was arguing. And a lot of people is fake outrage. This is another thing, right? You want to boycott this podcast, talking about Math Hoffa, talking about Hassan, talking about the release audio. Is it foul, is it not? Then allegedly, fucking Math Hoffa got on the phone or whatever, sent the call up front to the YouTube's execs and got that nigga canceled, his channel canceled. At least temporarily. At least temporarily. I got the lawyers in the back, you know what I mean? And is it foul? I'm gonna say this. If you supposed to be somebody people's and you sitting on damaging information, you holding my chain for 7 years, or you doing some scumbag shit like that, you're not really my man. You're not really cool, we ain't even associates. You know what I mean? Like, because that's a ground ball move. And I'm not saying he had the audio for months. But after that episode came out with Bimmy and him, talking about him, joking him up, making mockery of him, now you got the audio and you going live and you letting everybody hear it, and he got his channel flagged. So this is another thing, right? With the fake outrage, people want to cancel his channel. You know, some of y'all on the street doing more than that. You're doing worse than that. Your cousins and them is killing niggas, is king of the bloods, king of the nietas. You know what I mean? You running the muck in society. And I'm not condoning domestic violence. She's still with him, and we know that victims do stay, and I'm saying victims of domestic violence, sometimes they do stay with their abuser. It don't seem that's the case now. It seems like they are all right. And this is just my observation, because I don't know them. They together now, and you also hear like, your sister, she got a boyfriend. Not that you allow a nigga to put your hand in your family, but you see people be arguing. I done did this. Like, yo, homie, woo woo. And the chick tell you like, yo, mind your fucking business. And you be like, oh, I thought I was captain, you thought you was stepping up. Because black women or women is they unprotected. You know, they're the weaker sex. Physically, what I'm talking about. We know they got the brain, they can take the pain, the burden on, all that other shit. You think you stepping up, taking up, protecting, and then you get killed on some innocent bystander shit because she riding with her nigga. And it's like, damn, how the fuck did I go from being a good Samaritan to getting shot in my ass? You know what I mean? And going to the hospital. I'm being funny, but I'm not. We see, you know, your sister get back with the same dude, your auntie, you know what I mean? She with your uncle when you young and you hear them fighting. But they back together. Next week he back in the house with the Valentine, you know, St. Valentine's and Valentine meal or wine coolers. You know what I mean? Some back in the day shit. They drinking again, you know what I mean? They sniffing again, they smoking weed again. While you in the room playing G.I. Joe, they back. But last week it was a whole fiasco. You got traumatized. The police had to come to the crib and escort him out. But they back together. And it could be, and now what they call is toxic relationships. So a lot of people could be in toxic relationships, but they still together. It's not your business to expose that. But also, last thing before we get off Math Hoffa, right? Outside of the fake outrage. When you get the bag, And he got the bag now, make no mistake about it. I don't know, and it's not counting his pockets because I'm not JT pocket watching, right? Shout outs to JT, I love his show. He got a real informative show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, on YouTube, JT pocket watching. He be breaking down all this shit. He really be watching the pockets. You know, he had the battle rap. He was a battle rapper, so that's where he got his fame from, smacking the nigga and all that. Then he got the podcast, did numbers shoot up. He really getting the bag now. When you get the bag, the people who you thought was rooting for you, or so seems, or they was next to the situation, so everything was running smoothly, and now they're not a part of the situation, or somehow they find themselves out of the inner circle, now they hating. Now they giving up information. Now they doxing you. Now they with the ops, you know, the other channels or whatever, talking down on you. And now it ain't all love and it ain't all peaches and cream. And to quote X, to get off this topic, love is love, and I enjoy the love. But when it's conflict, then it destroys the love. Can't toy with love. Niggas take it to the heart. You ain't gonna find too many niggas willing to bark in the dark. You been there since the start. Don't fuck it up now. Later on, even hit me like, fuck it up how? You my dog and I die for you. Let's keep it like that. Give me unconditional love and I give it right back. I know the song. Rest in peace, X, one of the best, right? And just be mindful, people, because it is easy to get money, and it's hard to keep it. And when you're in a situation like him, where you got sponsors, tapes coming out of you allegedly smacking up your girl, putting her out of her panties, her face being fucked up, you know, according to Hassan, not according to me, then the sponsors quickly run away. You see Jonathan Majors, they quickly dropped his ass. Now we're going to bring back Robert Downey Jr. You see the mug right here, Iron Man, as Dr. Doom. The Kane character is out of here now. No more Kane, no more Marvel money. And I know but you're black. He's black, Robert Downey Jr. He's white, obviously. And we know he had the drug addiction and got the case and all that. And he was blackballed for a little minute. It's a side note because this wasn't a topic. What's the fucking comedian name? Godfrey, whatever his name is, the black dude, right? The dark-skinned brother. He was like, yeah, ain't it funny how they dubbed Jonathan Majors? And it's not really funny, but we get what he's saying. But they did blackball Robert Downey Jr. just to be fair for a little while. He ain't just get the Iron Man role. He got his chance back and he took it to the stars. Jonathan Majors, I wish he would have came back as Kane. You know, on YouTube, you can see my whole background. Instagram, you can't see the whole background. And I know I'm marveled out. I love all that G.I. Joe, Transformers, all that shit. I wish he would have got his role back, but he didn't. And he got jammed up. And that's how easily they remind you, oh, but you're black. Rich nigga, poor nigga, light skin, you still nigga. Let's get to this other shit though, right? Let's keep it in hip hop news, even though I've been seeing a lot of channels like a famous rapper, and to some he might have been famous. He wasn't famous to me before his death. I didn't know nothing about him, and that's like a lot of rappers, unfortunately, because rap is a fucked up profession right now. If you a rapper, you trying, not only is it expensive and you got to come out of your pocket, because nobody's really funding and building artists up no more and fitting the bill for you unless you're going to sign that 360, the quote-unquote, the devil's deal, right? You got to do that shit from the ground up yourself. Nonetheless, though, Julio Fulio, a couple days ago, his, we're going to say alleged, killers, all three, and then I think today, they just found the last one, Rashid Murray, I believe, got the clip right here, let me see. Had a fake standoff with the police, lasted a few hours, then they booked him. Tampa Bay Police Chief Lee from Hillsborough County State Attorney Susie Lopez and Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters announced the other three arrests on Monday over a month after the deadly shooting of Julio Fulio, who, if y'all not familiar, I'm sure y'all are, but if you're not, lost his life either on his birthday, the day before his birthday, or the day after his birthday, right? Only after 1 year of making fun of somebody else that lost their life on their birthday. Oh, this is the drill rap, and everything we say in these raps is real, or 50% of it is, or even 70, 80%. And that's why you get the views. That's why they spin you in the clip. And he was spinning in the clip for When I See You, making fun, you know, just like the girl from out of Oakland. I did the show out of the Bay Area, had her, what's her name? Tan the Goddess, right? killed at the meet and greet after she was trolling her ex with the tombstone on. For the life of me, you know, we all gotta die. And when you die, if you don't believe in shit, then your worries of this life is over. If you believe like me that this is just a spirit inside of this shell of a body, and once that spirit leaves, you're gonna have some other things to answer to, right? I don't know why people play with the dead. Whether they was your enemy or not, like, you know what I mean, whether you a drill rapper or not. I never understood that, and then to take it to the next level. It's one thing to say some shit about somebody, but when you prop up the grave sites, when you actually go to the grave sites, piss on the grave, like the dude, and I know I'm getting off about the Julio Fulio, but so many things is coming to my mind because a lot of these rappers do this dumb shit. What was the guy in Philly, not Philly, Chicago, got his daughter killed. I did the story on it. They had him on a radio show out there, and he was pissing on one of his ops' grave, going through the drive-thru at McDonald's, and they wet his car up, shot his car mad times, but he didn't die. His daughter died, unfortunately, right? These rappers keep doing this shit, and they getting the props. They getting the views. The clout is building. And so anyway, Julio Fulio, he was a part of that clique. Unfortunately, he paid the ultimate price. And what should have been the ultimate price for him, since he died and I did my commentary, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. What I did find out, his mom's got shot up 8 times. One less time than 50 Cent. She lived, but that's crazy, crazy, shit crazy. And she was, you know, when you dig up some more, like I said, after he died, more details come out. And I'm reading this shit like, damn, I wish I would have known when I was doing my video, but nonetheless, shot 8 times. Was telling him like, yo, you need to fucking chill. I almost paid the ultimate price with my life. And I get it, your stars rising, you getting views on YouTube. And you go look at his videos, he got over 2 million, 3 million views, probably way more than that now because he passed. And like Jada said, you know dead rappers get better promotion. While we don't laugh at death and cry at birth, never say you can't do it till you try. Right, it be the young niggas eager to pull it, but it's the meshes in everything, trust me, even the bullet. Like, you want to learn from your mom's getting shot? 8 times? They almost took her life. You still doing the same dumb dickhead shit? And I get it, he young, but it ain't no excuse for that type of shit. Anyway, he kept going, he got killed, and then Young Ace, or Young and Ace, came right out with a video, I forget the name, Go and Catch a Body or whatever, and I talked about that. Over 3 million views, less than 24 hours. Like, this shit crazy, crazy. Like, you want to blow up in rap? Catch a body, don't get caught, and then go tell on yourself and put it in a rap song and watch mad niggas tune in for the views and for the fuckery. So anyway, I know I dragged that out, but it is what it is. Those previously arrested, 18-year-old Sean Goffrey, Alyssa L. Anderson, 21, and Isaiah J. Chance, Andrews and Chance are facing charges of premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm and conspiracy to commit premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm. And Goffrey is charged with 2 counts of premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm, 3 counts of attempted officials say that there has been a warrant and actively searching for a Devin Murray, who they got right now. But it's one more suspect at law. But this is why I brought the topic up. Not only because it's spinning in the clips, right? Because it is. Murder is one of the hard things to convict somebody of. Prosecute it, that is. And I've been up top a few times. If y'all fuck with my channel, y'all know I'm not an angel. Never for no murders, right? Thank God. Never for that. But I've been around a lot of people that was convicted of murder, that was facing murder and going to trial for murder. On Rikers, you can sit on Rikers, and obviously that's in Jacksonville, so it's different. But I'm just building what I'm going to say, right? You can sit on Rikers for 2-3 years. 5 years one person was, right? You say, how the fuck is that? How the fuck you sitting on? Because it's the hardest thing to prove, especially if the evidence is sketchy, especially if it ain't no witnesses, especially if it ain't no murder weapon. And for those that clicked in just for the thumbnail, again, this is a fake gun, right? So it's from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, the 2 silver guns, the gold guns. It's the hardest thing to prove. until you start telling on yourself. Till you get away with it initially, then you're gonna make a rap song about it. Until you got other accomplices that's hype off of it and they talking about it. They getting the rush of just being associated with a murder, right? You hired up, you molled up, like the Black Star dude that was on Adam 22 talking about the Pop Smoke murder. Rest in peace, right? You with a whole bunch of other people that can't think past go. You get away initially, but all your T's, and this is not by no means of a fucking manuscript or me giving y'all advice on how to get away with a murder. This is not Murder, She Wrote, right? You do all these things, but all your T's are not crossed. All your I's are not dotted. And so you pass that one motherfucking gas station that the cameras do work. Or one block that got the ring, the ring shit on it. Or whatever the case. Or somebody's on Facebook running their mouth high, doing a live, bragging about it, writing a song about it. And, when cases like this happen, the first 48 hours, if y'all watch that show, I watch it. It's a very interesting show when you see how the criminals get caught. One thing that the police do initially is they don't tip their hand. They don't show you all the cards that they got. They let you, they put out false information, believe it. The police department, the people that's investigating the crimes and supposed to lock up the criminals, they don't always deal on the up and up. I'm sure y'all do know that. But they do put out, we don't have a suspect yet. We didn't get the license plate. We don't know what type of vehicle they fleed in. They put that out there for a reason. So while you thinking you got away, you think you scot-free and you about to be the next hot thing on the drill rap top 20, you know what I mean? Joel and Johnny, what's the word? They waiting for you. They waiting to get all their ducks in a row. Then they swoop in on you at 5 in the morning. And, you know what I mean? Boom, 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 open the door, ATF. Too late to hit the bell and them to say he left. Like, you know what I mean? No DMX, it's too late to say he left. They knocking at your door while you rolling over, farting in your sleep at 4:30 in the morning. Like they do in New York and all these other inner cities where they go round up the gang niggas. You up all night smoking weed, drinking syrup on NBA Live and on 2K and on Call of Duty, and they come knock on your mom's door, kick your door in at 3 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. You waking up, oh shit. You don't get to brush your teeth. See the girl in the video, you seen, I'm not gonna show the video. You don't get to put your socks on. You don't get to fix your eyelashes. You get to step back with your hands like this in the rain so we don't shoot you. Follow instructions, and then you go right to that yakisobe and that chili con corn and I don't care line. Ooh, 21, you just getting it. And now you looking at life. You looking at 30 or you cop out because it's a black person that they really don't know all the laws in Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, and obviously they're not adolescents like Black Star was. He came home 21. I think he did 3 years, 4 years. They're not getting 3 and 4 years. Premeditated, first degree murder. 21, 18, you're gonna do some time. At least 20, 15, 17, and that's if you lucky. The point that I said all that is, even though murder is the hardest thing to prove, it's very easy when you go online and you tell on yourself. It's very easy when you leave all the little trails and you do stuff with a whole lot of people. And that's why I said, he said, and that's why, damn it, Jada said, and that's why I always do shit with niggas I know. That's why outside nigga can't fuck up my flow. Or you hear Tretch from Naughty by Nature say, I do my dirt up on my own. Because at least I'm guaranteed that I'm not going to tell on myself. I know if there's any slip-ups, I did the shit. I'm responsible. I raise my hand, take full accountability. I can't blame nobody. You left the key in the car. You left the prints on the hotel room that we was holed up in. You ain't wiped the door down. You didn't wear gloves. You didn't secure your mask. Whatever it is, it's on me. When it's 1, 2, 3, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, a whole bunch of niggas, and the chick, I don't know if she got no kids, and it's not to say that chicks don't hold water, better than men or worse than men. Men and women tell, but women, you got a child or they threaten you, they use different tactics on different people. People in the comments like she the first one to tell them right after they locked him up, they go get homie. And he try to fake hole out, you ain't giving him, just give it up. You might as well pop off yourself or go all out. You know what I mean? And I don't know what role he played in Fulio dying, whether he was the trigger man, the engineer, the shit. You still going to jail now. And I'm not laughing at it, but y'all know the clip. You going to jail now for that nigga all you can do and knocked in, kicked the ass off the bus for spitting on him. You going to jail now. All for what? All because some nigga that you in the gang with, you know, gave orders, or because he was the top rapper, or because he got the most money. I never understood that shit again. If you watch my channel and my content, I appreciate you. But you know, that's why I never joined no gang. One, niggas can't think, and I was one of them, can't read, going to jail. Reading level was below the grade level that you went in there on. So I ended up getting my GED and bettering myself. But you running with niggas that can't think past 5. They ain't gonna do the shit themselves, most likely. And they gonna send you on a crash out mission. And I don't know why, because if you get caught, you're only gonna point the finger back to Doug and like, come on out. They got us. No, they got you. They ain't get me. You know what I mean? Unless they got you on the phone talking crazy. So that's just something to think about, young people. Hey, young world, the world is yours. Hey, young world. And, you know, unfortunately, their world is, you know, it's not over. They still got life. But it's going to be in the penitentiary in Jacksonville somewhere. All for what? And I get it. He was talking on the dead. And you're both doing the same thing. So you're not, one is not better than the other. We both rapping about the dead, making fun of the dead, and doing dumb shit. And this is and that's the end result of that. What else we got for y'all? Then we out of here. I think that might. Let's talk about this last quick thing. Talk about the Skip Bayless shit real quick, and then we out of here. We've been on YouTube. Say we've been on here 91 minutes. Skip Bayless. I did the show on this. Said he was possibly getting fired. Was going to be his last when his contract was up. And I think his contract is up next year. But he finally came out and he addressed the elephant in the room. And he was like, they didn't fire me. Let's be clear. Like, they didn't fire me. I am Skip Bayless. I helped kick off First Take and First Pizza, Cold Pizza. Then I brought Stephen A. We did First Take. Then I came over here. I brought Shannon Sharp over here before he was Club Shay Shay. And I'm that guy. And, you know, like it or love it, like I say about Trump or anybody else that's Kanye West, they're provocative. It gets the people going. Skip Bayless is one of those people, right? He gets the people going. He gets the people talking, whether his takes on LeBron or him talking about the fucking Cowboys or whatever it is, his over infatuation and love for Tom Brady, right? But sometimes you can get too cocky, you can get too big for yourself. And when you at the top, and as I like to plainly say on the channel, and you become the best around, and nothing's ever gonna keep you there. Like when you the best for a long time, not that you get lax, because I think their format was just pretty much like First Take, the debating format. I got certain views, you disagree with my views, so that dynamic is constantly spinning on the show. We always going at it. You know, not so much like talking down, and even though the episode that cost him, in my opinion, being on Fox and Undisputed, when he told him, put your glasses back on, like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, put your glasses on, Negro. Fuck is you talking about? Like, you ain't better than Tom. And, you know, y'all seen it. And Shan, like, I'm better than you. I'm the stupid, you know what I mean? And everything he said was absolutely true. But that was the end. That was the beginning of the end. And, you know, he left, obviously. Fucking, what's the comedian? Cat Williams came on the show, and since February or January, whenever this shit started, he been on his comment been, you know what I mean, to the sky. And he jumped on ESPN. Steven brought him over. He been winning. None for none. He winning. He winning. Just interview LL. I didn't watch that interview yet, but I will. And he always, you know, he got a lot of interesting interviews and people on the show. And then he got the nightcap with my boy Chad Ochocinco. Is this the end of Skip? He said no. And before he confirmed this, and I was already saying either he's being fired and letting him go or whatever, I was like, what is he going to do? Is he going to go independent? Is he going to jump on YouTube, which he got his little Skip shit, you know what I mean? Is he going to jump on FanDuel or Caesars or one of these sport networks and still try to get a bag? Or is he going to do his own thing? He said big things coming. We don't know yet. I don't think it's the end of Skip, even though he is older now. You know what I mean? Still in great shape, as I said. Obviously, he got a work ethic. Like, you know, he put a lot of people to shame as far as working out and just being energetic, full of life. So even though he is in his 70s, I still think he's, can do a talk show. All you're doing is really just sitting down and talking your shit. Do y'all want to see Skip more? Do you want to see him go back to ESPN? Do you want to see him come on YouTube? Do you want to see him start his own shit, or do you want to see him like on the FanDuel? I would like to not see him come back to ESPN. They too woke over there. I think he probably could work. You know what I mean? But I would like to see Max Kellerman, who was on First Take. I would like to see him get Stephen A's spot. Get Skip's spot. And my guy, Marcellus Wiley. They already had the show together. I forget what the name of the show was, LA Take or The Numbers or some shit. But they chemistry was good together. That was a show that I did watch frequently. I would like to see them come back and do something together. Let me know what y'all think Skip should do. And let me know what y'all think in the comments about anything we talked about. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. My show, Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.